What is up, YouTube? It is your boy MR Sports here, coming back at you with another MLB video, and today we're going to be looking over my 2022 picks for the MLB All-Star Game starters. The ballot came out 2 days ago, I believe, but we're just now getting to it, making sure we got all of our picks in line, and we're going to share with you guys my picks and why I'm picking them to start the 2022 MLB All-Star Game. If you guys didn't already know, I'm actually going to be at the 2022 MLB All-Star Game. I'm originally from Southern California, and my dad was able to get tickets to the game, so I'll be flying out there for all the All-Star festivities. I'll actually be at the Angels-Dodgers game just before the All-Star break. I'll be at the Futures game, Home Run Derby, you name it. All of that stuff. It's going to be a blast. So don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications. The month of July is going to be insane. I'm going to be catching an Angels game in Miami, in Anaheim, Atlanta, and also, of course, I'll be at the MLB All-Star Game. So it's going to be amazing. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like the video. Help it reach as many baseball fans as possible. And let me know your ballots down in the comment section, or share them with me on Twitter or Instagram. My handles are NMR Sports 30 on both platforms. Let me know. I'll try to leave a like and let you know what I think of your All-Star ballot. And without further ado, let's get into the 2022 All-Star ballot, starting with the American League first baseman. Now, although I'm wearing my Diamondbacks jersey, you guys all know I am an Angels fan through it all. I'm a big Angels fan. I got Angels content all over this page. It's no secret, but I gotta give it to my boy. There's only one pick for the American League starting first baseman. Let's head over to Fangraphs and double check our work here. Who leads in WRC+? Oh, look, Ty France. I do got to give some credit to Luis Ariz. He's having a fantastic season over there in Minnesota, but there's only one pick for this, and that, of course, it's got to be Ty France. The dude has just been a monster all season. Got to give him credit. Now, over in the National League, it's a little bit closer of a race. There are a few options. Definitely the two frontrunners, in my opinion, though, would be Pete Alonso, Big Meat Pete, 16 home runs, 54 RBIs. And then, of course, who my pick is going to be, and that would be none other than Paul Goldschmidt of the St. Louis Cardinals. Let's take a look if the stats check out on that. Paul Goldschmidt has a very large margin of a lead in WRC+, on base percentage, slugging percentage, batting average, and he also leads in runs scored as well. So Paul Goldschmidt, definitely going to be my pick for first base. Let's head over to second base, shall we? This is a very interesting conversation to be had. My boy Fuzzy on Twitter actually kind of posted the stats to make it look a little bit better. So MLB.com, as you can see, they list home runs, RBIs, and OPS. Now, OPS isn't a terrible stat. I like OPS. Home runs are a good stat because, you know, the player controls if the ball goes over the fence or not. But RBIs and batting average, I'm not a huge fan of. Because at face value, Jose Altuve looks like the clear-cut favorite. He has the highest OPS. He's up there in RBIs. I think he has the most home runs of any American League second baseman. He does. But when you look at the numbers, you do a little bit deeper digging. Honestly, Andres Gimenez, I think it's Gimenez, that's how you pronounce it. Andres Gimenez, man, he's been a monster this season. He really has. As far as second basemen go, yeah, it's really a close race here. You got Jose Altuve leading by 6 points when it comes to WRC+. As far as wins above replacement go, Andres Gimenez has almost a full point lead here. Actually, no, sorry, a 0.3 lead over Jose Altuve when it comes to that. Slugging percentage, he actually has a higher slugging percentage than Jose Altuve at 545. He's batting .310. That leads all second basemen with at least 100 at-bats. 340 on base isn't too bad. Overall, he's had a very, very good season, and because it's results-based, and I know Altuve is going to get a lot more votes than him because he's named Jose Altuve. Nobody knows who Andres Gimenez is. Sorry, Cleveland fans. But throwing him a bone here, I'm going with Andres Gimenez. Now, on to the National League. I really don't need to make much of a case for this. It's Jazz Chisholm. Like, there's, like, who else could you pick? Who else could you pick? Albius? No. Chavis? No. Cronenworth? Absolutely not. Nolan Gorman's stats pop out, but he's only played like 6 games in the major leagues. Who else could you possibly pick out of here? Maybe Jeff McNeil, I guess, but I feel like he's been hurt half the season. Gotta go with Jazz Chisholm here. No other option. National League, 2 locks here. Paul Goldschmidt and Jazz Chisholm. You gotta have them on your ballot, or you do not know baseball. Next up, we've got third base, and third base is an interesting one. You got Rafael Devers, his stats pop out quite a bit. Then you got Jose Ramirez as well. Definitely a two-horse race here. I don't even know who I would consider for third base. Let's take a look at what the numbers say over here on Fangraphs. As far as WRC plus you go, we have Jose Ramirez with a slight edge over Rafael Devers here. Slugging percentage, same thing. J-Ram just over Rafael Devers. On base percentage, Yandy Diaz actually leads in OBP, but Jose Ramirez a close second, and then he leads Rafael Devers. Only thing Rafael Devers really wins in is going to be batting average. Everything else, Jose Ramirez has been better. I've been seeing a lot of Rafael Devers on people's ballots. I don't know if they're just not scrolling down far enough or what. Jose Ramirez has got to be your pick for third base. He is the best third baseman in the American League and one of the best players in all of baseball. Very underrated. One of the most slept on players of all time. Now, I know I've said it for the other two picks in the National League, but this one's also a lock here. Nolan Arenado gets an honorable mention. He's been pretty good this season. Brandon Drury's been pretty good for the Cincinnati Reds as well. But there's only one pick here. Manny Machado, man. Manny Machado's been absolutely tearing the cover off the baseball. Still one of the front runners for MVP. I would consider probably Paul Goldschmidt's probably the front runner at the moment. But Manny Machado, man, he has been having a phenomenal season at the plate. Got to have him for your third baseman. All right, next up, we've got shortstop. And in the American League, I've been very surprised to be seeing a lot of Tim Anderson votes. I don't know. It's tough for me. I really think Xander Bogaerts has been the best shortstop in Major League Baseball, but we got to look at the stats. Let's take a deeper dive into this debate because it's a two-horse race here once again, like it is with most positions. Let's see who's actually been the better shortstop this year. Looks like Tim Anderson does lead in WRC+. That's a big factor. That's one of my favorite stats. I really like it. It's a really simple to read stat as well. Ironically, Andres Jimenez is leading shortstop in slugging as well. Xander Bogaerts a little bit lower than Tim Anderson in slugging percentage. That's surprising. Lower in batting average, has a higher strikeout percentage, a higher walk percentage. That's nice. But overall, man, honestly, I thought Xander Bogaerts was having the better season, but it really looks like Tim Anderson's the better pick. The only thing that Xander Bogaerts has is he's played a lot more games than Tim Anderson has. It's a smaller sample size, so I don't know. I do like Xander Bogaerts, and honestly, if you vote Xander Bogaerts, I wouldn't blame you. I think I did initially, but after we do the deep dive, I do think Tim Anderson's actually the best shortstop in the American League at the moment. Definitely close, though. No shame if you put Xander Bogaerts. Definitely a two-horse race there, though. Okay, on to shortstop in the National League. I understand my camera's covering a little bit, so we'll kind of go slow here. Got Willy Adames, was on the injured list, but he has just come back here. Tommy Edman, definitely another option. Didi Gregorius, that's funny. I forget that he exists sometimes. Francisco Lindor having a pretty okay season. There really aren't any standout shortstops outside of probably Trey Turner. I'd say at first glance, MLB.com makes him look the best because he's batting over 300, has 7 home runs, and an OPS over 830. That makes him look very good. But let's take a deeper dive and see who actually is the most deserving of this. Shortstop's a tough one as well because, you know, shortstop defense is a big part of it, and it's really hard to get an idea of how good defensively a shortstop is. But overall, we're pretty much just going to be looking at offense when it comes to the shortstop position. As you can see, Trey Turner has the lead there in a 136 WRC+. 11 points higher than Tommy Edman, who got off to a very hot start this season. Also leads all shortstops in slugging percentage. He is second in on-base percentage to Tommy Edman. He has a higher batting average than Tommy Edman. BABIP doesn't really matter. He strikes out a little bit more than Tommy Edman does. Doesn't walk as much as he does either. But he does have a lot more RBIs and ironically not a lot more runs scored, which is kind of interesting. He also leads him in home runs, so it's very close. I understand why people want Tommy Edman to be the choice, but for me, it's got to be Trey Turner, unfortunately. Obviously, with the name, he's going to get more votes than Tommy Edman, and Tommy Edman's had a great year. He should make the team. I just don't think he should start. I had to grab some coffee. I'm recording this at 2:46 in the morning. I'm on that YouTube grind, baby. If this doesn't deserve a sub, I don't know what does. All right, moving on to catcher, the last of our infield positions. Now, American League catcher, I don't know. It really feels like it's down to 2 guys, maybe 3. So Jose Trevino, I'd say, be one of them. Alejandro Kirk would be another. And Jonah Heim's been pretty good too. Jonah Heim's been good, but I feel like he's platooned a little bit. So let's take a look at what the actual numbers say. All right, Alejandro Kirk leads in WRC+, followed closely by Jonah Heim. Jonah Heim has the highest slugging percentage, but it's a very close race there. Alejandro Kirk takes the highest on-base percentage, followed by Max Stassi. Shout out to the Angels. Highest batting average, Alejandro Kirk. Highest walk percentage, Yasmani Grandal, followed by Alejandro Kirk. So, in my opinion, Alejandro Kirk, I believe, takes the cake. I think he leads in the most categories. I think he's having the best year so far. And it's really cool to see, man. I would love to see Alejandro Kirk start in the All-Star game. Imagine that, bro. Representing, you know, guys of my body type. I'm basically Alejandro Kirk. I'm a little slimmer than Alejandro Kirk. And I think I'm a little taller than him. But you know what? Shout out to Alejandro Kirk, representing the beer bellies of America. All right, on to the National League here. It's a 2-horse race here as well. Wilson Contreras, who's actually going to be my pick. But just for the sake of argument, let's take a look at Tyler Stevenson's numbers. 829 OPS, 305 batting average. If you like batting average, you actually might vote for Stevenson outright. I think Wilson Contreras has been the best offensive catcher in baseball so far this season, so I'm going to go with the guy who has been slugging the ball, hitting the ball hard, just having an all-out phenomenal year. Good for him, too. He's one of the lone bright spots on that Cubs team. Love to see it for Wilson Contreras. Okay, now we move to outfield, and starting with the American League, I have my 3 picks, but for the sake of argument, let's take a deeper look in the numbers. We can only pick 3 of them now, so let's see. All right, so among outfielders with at least 100 plate appearances this season, the leader in WRC Plus is going to be Taylor Ward, followed by Aaron Judge. Yordan Alvarez technically is an outfielder, but he qualifies as a DH for the All-Star ballot. And Mike Trout at number 4. Going into slugging percentage here, we've got Aaron Judge in the league at 675. That is on another planet. Taylor Ward at 2nd with 644. Mike Trout at 4 with 601. OBP, we got Taylor Ward in the lead. Yordan Alvarez, we already talked about. Mike Trout at number 3. Manuel Margot at number 4, Aaron Judge at 5. So I think you guys are starting to sense the trend here on who I'm going to be going with. I think it's a clear-cut top 3 right here. 2 of them happen to play for my favorite team. So let's go Aaron Judge here, Mike Trout, and Taylor Ward. I think that is the correct. I would like to get an honorable mention in here, though, for Byron Buxton for sure. I love me some Byron Buxton. Austin Hayes having a great season. I think he deserves some recognition. I hope he makes the team. Andrew Benintendi's having a pretty good season as well, but gotta go with my 2 Angels, guys. Taylor Ward's been having a phenomenal year. I hope he starts the team. I guarantee you he will make the team, and I'm going to be buying a Taylor Ward All-Star jersey without a doubt. Can't wait for that. It's going to be exciting. I just purchased my Rendon City Connect jersey as well. I said I wasn't going to buy one until the Angels won a game, and they won a game, so I got that. Gonna have a lot of sweet new jerseys on deck. I have a throbbing headache right now. Okay, when it comes to WRC Plus, Mookie Betts takes the cake at 166. Ronald Acuna Jr. Oh, Ronald Acuna Jr.'s played in 28 games. Maybe I'm just stupid. I'm sorry. I don't know ball. This guy right here does not know any ball. It also doesn't help that it is now 3 a.m. and I'm still not done finishing recording this video. So Ronald Acuna Jr., Jock Peterson at number 3, Mike Yastrzemski at number 4, Brendan Donovan, interestingly enough, at number 5. Have not even heard much about Brendan Donovan. Let's take a look at home runs here. We've got Mookie Betts in the lead, Kyle Schwarber's up there, Jock Peterson's up there, Juan Soto in 4th with 12 home runs, tied with Jorge Soler. On base percentage, we've got Brendan Donovan leading the way. Interesting. Ronald Acuna Jr., Mike Yastrzemski, Jonathan Daza, Mookie Betts coming in at 6. So I think I've got a general idea who I'm going with. Mookie's got to be in there. He's having a phenomenal year. Good for him. Without a doubt, where's my boy at? Jock Peterson, large phallus Jock. Oh my God, man. What a stud. What an absolute stud. Dude is a unit. Got him in there. And then the third spot, that's going to be a tough one, man. Kyle Schwarber's been hitting for power. We love to see that. I love me some Juan Soto. You can never go wrong with Juan Soto. Mike Yastrzemski's having a pretty damn good season of his own. I don't really know, man. It's kind of interesting. I guess I'm going to go with Acuna because he's been tearing the cover off the ball. But, man, that is a stacked outfield right there. Acuna, Betts, and Peterson. But the AL just a little bit more stacked with Judge, Trout, and Ward. I never thought I'd be putting Taylor Ward's name on an all-star ballot. But here we are, man. 2022, great season. Now we have reached the end of the ballot with the designated hitter spot. There's only one pick for the designated hitter in the American League, and his name is Yordan Alvarez. I'm an Angels fan. I don't want to root for Astros, but my God, I love me some Yordan Alvarez. I'm a big Yordan Alvarez fan. I always have been. I think he's possibly the second scariest hitter in baseball besides Juan Soto. Dude is just a monster. Other good options here. Danny Jansen's been tearing the cover off the ball with his .915 OPS. Kyle Garlick's actually having a pretty decent season as well. Trey Mancini's hitting pretty well. JD Martinez having a monster season. Shohei Ohtani not doing so great. I think he'll still make the All-Star team, though, because of his name. But without a doubt, Yordan Alvarez, OPS over 1,000. Got a 17 home runs so far, 38 RBIs, batting .299 if you like batting average. No question in my mind, Yordan Alvarez is the starting DH for the American League All-Star team. And then when it comes to the National League, we got a few different options here. William Contreras having a surprisingly good season so far. Bryce Harper is going to be my pick without a doubt. But for the sake of argument, let's take a look at who else we've got. Nobody else with even an OPS over 800. Let's take a look for the fun of it at the DH boards over here. National League, we've got Bryce Harper leading with a 165 WRC plus. Wilson Contreras in second with a 162. So overall, it's pretty clear to me that Bryce Harper is the best DH. Hopefully William Contreras makes the team, though. I think he deserves it. So let's take one last look at the ballot. Here you have it. Ty France starting at first in the AL. Paul Goldschmidt at the NL. At second base, we've got Andres Jimenez and Jazz Chisholm Jr. Gotta love that Jazz. Jose Ramirez starting at third base for the AL, opposite Manny Machado for the National League. Tim Anderson and Trey Turner at shortstop. Alejandro Kirk and Wilson Contreras behind the dish. Our outfields are Aaron Judge, Mike Trout, and Taylor Ward, and Ronald Acuna, Mookie Betts, Jock Peterson. And then our designated hitters, Yordan Alvarez and Bryce Harper. Let me know what you guys think of my all-star ballot, and let me know what your guys' is down in the comments section, or tag me in it on Twitter or Instagram. Once again, it's NMR Sports 30. You'll see it in the description as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want more daily MLB content, and leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it and help me reach more baseball fans. It helps a lot with the YouTube algorithm, and that's a very good thing for me. So I appreciate you guys watching. I will see you all in the next video, and I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day.